Hi ghosties, this is my ghostie. I'm so sorry about not telling you guys I completed the fairy sets on the last 4 hours remaining for that event that ended. So I already took my advice or my opinion about the story that the fairy had, and it turns out that she dies at the end because of her stupid action of ripping out her own wings for a guy. Which, in my opinion, she kind of deserved it because of a stupid thought. But I'm not gonna slander her looks, like her fashion, her beauty, and everything like that. So, let's just get that suit out. Alright, there she is. We're gonna go for the non-post version. Alright, so here is a magnificent glory. I mean, I like her face. That face is super adorable and I could use on absolutely anything. She doesn't look happy. She looks a bit shocked or stunned. Most likely stunned or sad. I'm not too sure. Her eyes expression is more beautiful than I could ever see. Her eye, her color, her shade in the eye, I don't know. It's still glossy and I don't mind glossy. I love glossy, but I don't understand why Nikki has a tiny little baby mouth. Like, this is like a dot, but you know what? I kind of like it. It makes the characters look more unique, having to have a small mouth with a dotted nose, which is not really my interest on like doing character designing, because I do draw characters like anime and stuff. Okay, her neon butterfly. I could use this on the DJ set, you know, from the Starfall event. I don't know, but I could use that for that, and I don't know why it's neon green for this suit, which is okay, it's questionable, but it's not that much of a deal. Headband. Okay, so I like it, to be honest, and it looks like it's something to do with, like, I don't know, you could be so creative and use it for a bride or things like that. Even though it's white, it's very usable. The wings, which everyone really loved, very new, like, it's like it's glowing. I don't know what tactic they used just to make the wings look like this, but it doesn't look very simple because it made it look transparent here, but they made sure it looks a bit like wingish, because if you look at the background and you look inside the wings, it's like there's something to cover and make it fade. What tactic is that? Is anyone like into what is it called? Digital art. What do you do to make it look like that? I'm more of a traditional artist because I don't like digital. I'm most likely old-fashioned, if you must. Okay, shoes, which I can't really review them until I change the skin tone for a better detail. Dress, absolutely gorgeous. I love it, no matter if it's so bright and very like woman-like. But for me, it's like, can I just take away my gothic kind of like, you know, interests? This dress has to be beautiful. It is stunning for a fairy. I didn't think it's suitable for a fairy, but it's beautiful on its own if you would try it like that. But I would like to give this dress a work in a future time. But right now, I like my previous character, which she's a badass warrior. Alright, let's just change skin tones and see what we could work with. Alright, so I'm gonna go with Fairy Black. I can't really use this one, just because look. It's still a problem, but with this shaded skin, I mean, I don't really care that it's super black. I just like it generally. So it shows the actual patterns on the dress and the design on the shoes. The shoes with this skin tone is absolutely beautiful. I would like and recommend more makeups, even though they are working on it, but more makeups to actually show off this skin tone. I don't have any makeups to use the skin tone on, but I love it that it reveals a lot more detail on white ornaments that the pale skin doesn't have. I'm not slandering any skin tones or anything like that. I kind of think any skin tone could suit absolutely anything and anyone. Alright, so let's go to the bottle pose. She is. So you only have 2 items, oh wait, no, 3 items because of her hair. Her hair actually reminds me of the kind of style Stitch. Stitch is the character that was the last suit or the last node on the ghost gathering event. Jane, she's a heavy sleeper. So cute. But yeah, Stitch had the same hair, even though I'm gonna show you guys in a bit, but it could be very suitable and very helpful to have it on her. So the pose, I love the creativity that people actually put her into. Everyone uses her pose and it's like, oh, she's sitting on a balcony. That is actually pretty creative, but the thing is, it's the back of the dress and it's stretched out here. So it's still very creative, and I kind of love the idea that you guys came up with. The bottle, which is stunning. I would literally just move this body and review it like that, if I can. Okay, there it is. So it's animated. You can see like little twinkles and a bit of fade here that it goes in and out. The roses, the flowers, the actual glass and chain attachments, diamond, everything about this looks absolutely marvelous. The details on the flowers has recently changed. If you guys actually notice the suits like in your categories or nations, you could tell that the flowers have changed the design, the shading, the outlines. You could tell there's a different artist doing these flower details for them. Now, I don't know how many times they changed the artist, but I don't really mind, because every artist that's been creating these designs for the game is very creative, and I love their work. I'm a huge fan of their work, and everything they put into these suits is admirable, inspirational, and I would just like to know who they are and what made them into artists. These designs though, the background as well, actually the whole game in general, the art in this game is amazing, and I wish people could at least admire the artists behind the scenes, just to give them a bit of a compliment of their art and designing ideas. So that's gonna be it for me. I still disagree on the story. I am strongly I hate the way the story actually made out to be, but what can we do? We're just the customers. Have a nice life.